Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Internet Sports Broadcast Network with three buddies like Talk Sports, Todd Frank, Jonathan Hughes, Hurdy Burke. Guys, we're on.
Yeah.
Roll on.
We skipped a week. Didn't mean to. My fault. We're back. Hey, guys. I guess we got several things to cover tonight, from the NFL to the new football league starting to UFC, I guess, and a little college basketball, a little mix of everything. We don't know where we're going. We're just going to have fun, talk, and put some opinions on it. So, guys, let's jump in. Who wants to start? Anybody?
Anybody? Let's go with
We're going to talk about
Super
Kobe.
Bowl.
Okay, Super Bowl. All right.
You know what? Let's start with Kobe. How about that?
Okay. Well, you guys throw your 2 cents in.
So the whole deal. I was actually painting my deck when not painting. I was caulking my back deck. That sounded weird, but anyway. And I came inside to get some water, and I saw on the news. I had Fox News on, and I saw that it said something in California was on fire. I'm like, oh, I can't believe they're on fire again. Good Lord. And then I saw it said Kobe was in a plane crash. And I was like, that can't be, right? Like, this has got to be false. Fake news, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what I thought.
I got to looking at it, and I said, no, he's dead. And it kind of hit me kind of weird, because he's kind of one of those people that you don't expect to die, if that's weird. But I've heard a lot of I've read some things on the company that was shuttling them, and of course it was an amazing amount of fog that was in the area at the time. I mean, the ambulances and the police department had already grounded all their vehicles, their helicopters, because of the fog.
Yeah.
So it was just a bad situation all the way around, and it just really sucks for obviously the Kobe family, but all those other individuals that were on it. I mean, they were actually heading to a basketball.
They had family and daughters and wives on board, and we're going to a basketball camp in Oak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they say that helicopters are really safe, because you can auto rotate, and I'm like, yeah, I don't buy that.
I've been on them. I don't buy that for a minute.
Yeah. I was going to say, you guys have experience with those.
No. That duct tape is their friend. Trust me. No.
Yeah, leaking and sounding like they're half on fire. Yeah.
No. Maybe that's just military, but no.
That's why people jump out of planes and helicopters, because they don't trust it.
Exactly.
Safer. I just think it's sad that we lost somebody at 41 that was really just a huge world presence, and well respected for his game and everything else. So
yeah,
he was his daughter too, and man, crazy.
He kind of had a mixed legacy, didn't he? Because
he did
assault charges and stuff.
He
like
did.
That.
Yeah, they were dropped.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so somebody screwed up, right?
Well, yeah, in a big way. And what caught me, I guess, by surprise is how big the whole world, like how the different countries, actually followed him.
Yeah, the world reaction. It was a worldwide reaction.
It kind of set me back, because I follow the NBA, but I don't necessarily. I mean, I follow certain teams when they're doing well or whatever, but I'm not like a college basketball fan. I don't follow it, and I've seen some of Kobe's games. I saw all his championships with his run with the 3 that he did with Shaquille, and then the 1 or 2 he got on his own.
Right.
And I mean, I respected his game amazing, a lot more than LeBron's. To be honest with you, Michael Jordan is still the best ever graced the court, in my opinion. But Kobe was up there. He was in the conversation of, and I watched, and I'm rambling here, but I watched an article, not an article. It was an interview. I watched an interview with his personal trainer that was at the Lakers, and he said that Kobe was an average athlete, but he did so much, like just studying the game and working out with purpose, not just working out, but with purpose. And he kind of redefined how you should work out, especially in basketball, and how to study players. And he was always prepared, and that's what I thought made him so great compared to
Yeah,
a lot of players that
you
have more
know,
talent.
I noticed the guys on the PGA Tour this weekend playing in Phoenix were putting his jerseys on, playing the par three, and I thought that was kind of a cool tribute. But I forgot that he was number 8 for a while.
Yeah, when he first came in the league. Yeah.
Right, right. And was that with the Lakers or with somebody else?
No, he never
He
he
was
was
he
always
was always a Laker,
yep,
right?
he was always a
So
Laker. Yeah, he was
yeah,
drafted by him.
I just forgot he had been number 8 for a while. I started seeing that jersey number 8, and I went, "Oh yeah, that's right. He was number 8 when he first started. That's right."
What I didn't understand was why they canceled the game at Staples Center, or I don't know if it's called the Staples Center anymore, but used to be the Forum. Yeah, the Staples Center in L.A. When the Clippers and the L.A. when the Lakers were going to play. I thought that'd have been a perfect time to do a tribute to him.
They probably asked the players, how they were feeling. I would imagine, just to make sure. I'm sure that they had input on that. I imagine they're not just going to not talk to players and see what they want to do.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I don't know.
Well, anyhow, guys, Super Bowl.
Well, hey, what about John Andretti, man?
Oh
Died.
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
Died of cancer, man.
that's right.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a just esteemed family and just a good man. I mean, he did everything from, kart racing to NASCAR
He
to
did NASCAR. He
IndyCar.
did Indy cars. He did
Oh
everything.
yeah, and yeah, it's just it's
He was
sad.
young. He was young, and yeah, I didn't even know that he. All right, guys. Well, Super Bowl. Come on, let's go.
I was wrong.
Typical, right? Typical game, right?
Yep.
Kansas City gets down, and 6 minutes left in the game, they destroy you.
Well, yeah, that's
Well, at least it
way
got interesting, though. I mean, because there for a while, it just looked like, the 49ers were going to dominate, and people were kind of losing interest. And all of a sudden, they're like, oh, hell, they're staging a comeback.
it came down to coaching. It came down to coaching again. Andy Reid's had been down that road. I knew it was coming.
I'm happy for Andy. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy for him. I mean, that man.
Yeah, I think we all agreed 2 weeks ago on our show that we're kind of cheering for him to get a Super Bowl win, because he's a great coach. So that's cool. Well,
But the thing with the whole crazy thing is, so Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator for Atlanta Falcons when they played. It was 2 years ago. It might have been 3 when they played Miami, or not Miami, but New England.
mm-hmm.
And they had that comeback. New England came back and won, and they didn't do anything in the fourth quarter. And the exact same thing happened in this Super Bowl with him being the head coach and calling plays. So
Yeah.
you tell me, coaching matters, like big time.
The coaching and the adjustments they were able to make, because
Yep.
up till the last 6 minutes of the game, I thought San Francisco was going to kind of win it 20-10 or something like that, right? So
Yeah.
pretty amazing. What a quarterback! What a
Yeah.
quarterback!
Yeah, and I was looking at his stats, and they're
They weren't
crazy.
great.
No, I mean they're really, really crazy. I mean he he threw for not that many yards, but he had a 6.1 yards per carry.
Yeah.
He had 104 yards, and he caught 4 passes for 29 yards.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, come on. Whatever other quarterback's ever done that in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and being so young.
I mean, at 20, 25?
24.
Imagine
Imagine all the players that have played for years and years and years. I'm thinking of the Cowboys. that should have been in the Super Bowl, weren't in the Super Bowl, and then you have this kid come in that's just a super talent, right? And already achieved something that, you know, he's not going to lay back and rest, but the fact he's got one on his finger is a pretty cool thing for the rest of your career. Tell me the pressure comes off when you've got a Super Bowl ring on.
Well, the pressure at 24 and the pressure at 34 is completely different too. Because at 24, you don't really realize the pressure. At 34, you do.
Yeah.
So that I can totally see him shining in the moment, because it's a moment. Of course, he's played in front of fans, you know, 80,000, 100,000 people before, and has been in big game situations. But judging by what the other players that have been there said, it's nothing like the Super Bowl.
And
there's nothing.
And I'm thinking, because he is there, that Kansas City time will probably hold together, because those guys will want to keep winning Super Bowls, right? So some of them that become free agents eventually might decide to stay there because it's worth the Super Bowl, right? So he kind of helps keep the team intact too, in my opinion.
Well, they'd be stupid not to. But here's the deal: he's about to sign a $40 million contract a year.
Yep.
And all those other players that were getting paid $4 and $5 million are going to be asked to take 2.5, 3, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
It happens over and over and over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You're right.
So
it'd just be nice to see teams. Todd, go ahead.
Yeah. So what's the deal with Brady? I mean, didn't
I love this commercial on the
He said
Super
he was
Bowl.
staying. He said he was staying.
Did you see the Super Bowl commercial?
I did not. I actually
He's
haven't.
walking in the tunnel and he's talking about the future, and then the very last line was, "I'm not going anywhere." You'll have to go watch it. Just go look it up on YouTube.
I've never.
Was that a $30 million for 1 year contract?
It didn't say anything about his contract. He just said, "I'm not going anywhere." That was the line. I don't know what it meant. I'm just telling you the last line of the commercial, what I caught of it. But
So who paid for that commercial? That's the question.
Probably Tom and Giselle.
I'm just saying, yeah. Well, they can afford it, obviously, but I'm just asking.
I don't know. We could find out. You have to let people know who your advertiser is.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is go look it up and see who copyrighted it, probably.
Kind of curious on that.
Well, I'll go look it up and we'll find out and we'll talk about it next week. How's that?
Sounds
yeah, regardless of where he ends up, he'll be good.
Oh yeah, he's got.
Well, I just hope he gets some assets for.
If they just got receivers for New England, they'd be good now.
Good Lord. If you could just substitute pretty much any receiving core to them, he would be lights out. But once again, it goes back to, where do you want to build your team? And then you have somebody as talented as him, you know, you can get away with not paying a big time receiver.
Yeah, but that's all they really needed for the puzzle, was to get some more offense, right?
Yep.
Give him some more people to throw to so he could stretch the field out. So
Yep. I agree.
You know, if he got that, just think where they'd probably be. They'd probably be back in it this year. So I'm just assuming that he knows that, right? And he's just saying, "You get me some receivers, we'll make this happen." Who knows? Who knows?
Who do y'all think? Who do y'all think is the front runner next year if everything stays pat?
Like, are you talking about for Super Bowl next year?
Yeah, I mean, who's going to be in it next year?
Well, I don't think you can count Baltimore out. Possibly. I don't think you can count New England out. You definitely can't.
Or the Saints.
You can't even. Yeah, the Saints, San Francisco, KC. I mean, I think those teams are.
And I mean, even Baker Mayfield. I mean, you know, they could get some talent and they could win.
Yeah,
it.
Cleveland.
Yeah,
could make a run
whatever.
Because I mean, just on the quarterback talent alone,
Cleveland could make a run at it.
Oh yeah. They're right up there, top 10, top 25. Yeah.
They're one of my favorite teams.
Yeah, they are. I'm sure.
They've got a great leader. You know.
They play like you bowl, Todd.
Yeah, they just need some aiming fluid. That's what you're saying.
That's right. That's exactly. They might do better if they have some aiming fluid.
Woo!
Into it. Yeah, they need something.
You know, Pittsburgh could be in the mix if they get their quarterback back and he stays healthy. You know,
I don't know.
But they're still in that division where they always have to beat New England and stuff. Who knows, you know, so they're kind of a winning. They're like they're like the Cowboys, they win, but then they don't get there.
Yeah, and Roethlisberger, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's
Well, he's getting old, dude. I mean, old. I
yeah.
mean, not old. He's gotten beat up so bad over he
Well,
was.
and they said that elbow injury and that surgery that he had is like
Tough
no other
one.
surgery
Yeah, it's a tough
that's
one.
ever been done before. And so, yeah, I wouldn't think they'd be in the running next year.
I think you got to look at like I said, I think you got to look at Baltimore. You can't imagine that Jackson's going to not be good, and they're not going to have a good defense, right? I don't know. Tennessee may be good.
Yeah, maybe.
But maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Hey, it's an exciting time because there's really no clear-cut favorite going.
I'd like to see the Cowboys do something good, but
well, they got a different coach. We'll see.
We'll see
if he can have the respect of the players and if he can actually, get them motivated and have them work as a unit.
I agree.
Well, just real quick, we're not going to talk probably college football too much, but my Longhorns, they picked up 2 commitments today. Today was National Signing Day. The second one, which is not as big a deal. The big recruits mostly sign on earlier. And anyway, National Signing Day was today, the last one, and they picked up 2 big recruits that they needed, especially one Alfred Collins. I think his name is or Collins is his last name. I think it's Alfred Collins. But anyway, he's a big time defensive stopper. Thank goodness. Big boy that was a top 250 recruit, and Texas needed really bad on the inside coming in.
Good.
So anyway, very happy with the way they've closed out, and they got 2 of the 4 that I think they wanted. So anyway, they also got Cavante Dixon, receiver athlete. That's good. So anyway, wanted to put that in there.
Well, speaking of college, I just looked at LSU football schedule next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
Oh, they're tough every year. Their schedule.
They're going to be really tough.
So, what's their out of conference? Do you have that up? What who they have to play?
I don't have it up in front of me, but I know they moved the Auburn game to like the last 3 weeks of the season.
Really?
Which is kind of weird. They usually play pretty early. I have to look it up and make sure. Let me see.
And they play the Aggies late, easily.
Yep. Of course. But I'm just saying, you think they have the same, you'll be able to repeat, you think the record they won't be undefeated, obviously.
No.
Were they a one-shot hit wonder?
No, but they've lost a lot. Now, granted, they recruit so well, and they have
the national championship under their belt, yeah.
Yeah, they've recruited really, really well. So I would give them a year. I think they'll probably win 9 games this year.
Wow.
Maybe 10. I think 8's probably on the bottom end. But the following year, once they get a quarterback established again, I think they're going to be right back in the hunt like they always are.
Yeah. Tough SEC. Yeah. Tough SEC. All right, that's cool.
Hey, Donovan.
Yep.
So when's that UFC fight? Is that Saturday or Sunday?
Oh, they're always on Saturday.
Saturday? Do you know if that's like an evening?
Oh yeah, it's in the U.S., so it's the evening. Hold on.
Yeah, so is there a big fight coming up this weekend, or is it the week? Who is it?
It's John Bones Jones, and it is February 8th at 9 p.m. Eastern.
That's Saturday, yeah. Awesome. Yep. And who's the supposed to win that fight? Or is it a toss-up?
No. He's supposed to win that fight. He's fighting Dominique Reyes, who's undefeated, but I'd be really surprised. I'm sure that the line is pretty significant in Vegas for Jones. They got some ladies on the undercard on co-main event, which is surprising, but not that I'm anti-women, but they usually don't have them on the undercard, but they do.
They're mixing it up.
They got to they have to appease their fan base.
Right. Exactly. I think
So
it's
yeah,
cool.
it's actually in Houston, Toyota Center.
Is it pay per view for all
Yep,
those? Okay.
yep, it sure is.
Pay
And
to
the
play.
pay to play, and the
Play to
prelims
watch. Play to watch.
prelims start at 7 Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can watch a couple hours of some fights for free.
Yeah, and then you got to decide what you want to do for the main
Yeah, it's on
event.
ESPN. Yep.
Right. They get you all pumped up and have your credit card in your hand.
Oh yeah.
Pulling out your wallet to continue on.
Yep.
That's funny.
Well, and then Saturday we've got our first 2 XFL games.
Yeah, tell us what cities, Todd, have the XFL. Who's?
Well, we've got Dallas Renegades, and then Houston's got the Roughnecks. We got some DC Defenders. They're out of playing at Audi Field. Los Angeles Wildcats. You got the New York Guardians at Met Stadium. St. Louis Battlehawks. You got Sea Dragons and Tampa Bay Vipers, and they're supposed to have 40 games.
Wow! So
playing 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Starts on February 8th, and then it runs all the way to the end of my birthday on 4/20.
Wow! And
Right
so,
on.
is this all? This is all arena?
No.
Is it regular football?
Yep.
Well,
Regular.
yeah, it's basically same rules that we're used to, but they aren't going to be kicking any extra points. So what they're doing is they're going to do if you run it from the 2nd-yard line, that's 1 point. If you run it from the 5-yard line, that'll get you 2 points. And then if you want to run it from the 10-yard line, you'll get 3 points. And they've cut down the play clock, I think, to 25 seconds.
And passing gets you points for touchdowns too?
Yeah, 6 points.
It doesn't matter, just as it's the yardage, right? It doesn't matter how you get it in. If it's 2-yard pass, it's still 1 point.
Well, yeah, that's
right.
for the extra point. So they aren't going to do kicking a field goal, right?
They're going to get points for what their poison they pick. Okay.
Yeah, how far you run it from. And, they're trying to speed it up too. I mean, they're saying that, instead of being like 2 hours and 45 minutes, it might be like a 2-hour, 15-minute, game. And, the kickoffs are a little bit different. They've got different rules and stuff for like punts, but I think it'll be good. And I'm just happy that Vince decided to fund it. You know what I mean?
McMahon, yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be aired on ABC, on ESPN,
Fox,
and Fox Sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the big boys are picking it up, which is awesome. Yep. And so, is there any different rules? I mean, is there normal kickoffs? Is it a normal field? Is it a shorter first down yardage?
Yeah, there's the first down stuff's all the same.
Okay.
The kickoff, there's no running, until the ball's kicked.
Okay.
And so, there's some minute differences, but the biggest thing to me is I still get to get my football fix.
No instant replay, I hope.
Yeah, it's if you call a timeout, you can get one and see if it's overturned. You get your timeout back.
Okay, so that'll slow the game up.
And actually, that reminds me of something too that I wanted to tell y'all. Did you notice during the Super Bowl how well the refs did at not getting involved in the minutia of penalties and how it made the game go so much better?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're right.
And
you're right.
It was something where, my viewing experience was so much better because of lack of yellow flags, right? And I saw a lot of holding going on. I saw, unsportsmanlike conduct. But you know what? The refs are like, hey, it's a Super Bowl. And they do that because they know everybody's watching and nobody enjoys it when you get all these stinking penalties. And I think during the regular season, they should call it like it's a Super Bowl game. Just stay the hell out. And unless it's the most egregious of offenses, don't throw a flag. Just let them play. It's football, for Christ's sake. You know, people are supposed to be mean and nasty to one another.
Made me cough. That's funny. I did notice the only thing they really called in the whole game was just if you were obviously in motion and you know what I'm saying, false starts. That's about it. They called that one pass interference, but they didn't. Yeah, that game was penalty free. Let them play. Let
Want to
them
keep
play.
it going.
Let them bug each other.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, that's good. Good point.
So you can actually have 2 forward passes too, in the rules, the XFL rules.
Let's say we're going back to XFL. Okay, so you can. What is that now? Repeat that.
You
Tommy?
can have 2 forward passes. You can have a double forward pass.
Really?
Yeah.
So he could throw it downfield, and that guy could throw it downfield again
It doesn't
to another
explain it
receiver.
No, it's got to
exactly.
be behind the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage. Yep. It's all behind the line of scrimmage.
Right.
They're just doing it so you don't get caught, you know, throwing it backwards, you know.
Gotcha. So you can throw it anywhere behind the line of scrimmage, and it just counts as a pass.
Yes.
So if it was thrown back behind the guy throwing it, it wouldn't be a fumble if the guy if missed it. It'd just be an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
I like that rule.
Yeah, I think it's good. And
I like that rule.
Their main goal is to, you know, make the game quicker, keep it up tempo, keep it scoring higher. And so, I mean, we might see some crazy scores out of this. And they say that there are a bunch of former New York Giants that are playing too.
Now are the Cowboys playing at Jerry's World? I mean, the Cowboys, the Dallas team.
And
what do their uniforms look like?
The Ranger Stadium.
Oh, okay. And what are the uniforms? What colors?
I have no idea, Herdy.
I'm pretty sure they're probably pretty close. Yeah.
I was going to imagine they'll probably. You never know. They might be all these neons and flashy color stuff, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to say
like they do at Oregon. You know, these real high-tech looking, bright colored uniforms, yellow pants and neon shirts with blinking lights on them and all.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I think they're going to avoid any colors that, you know, a regular person can't pronounce, like fuchsia. You know? It's like none of that crap.
So listen to this. This is pretty cool. On the kickoffs on the XFL.
Okay.
On a kickoff, the kicker will kick the ball from the 30-yard line, but every blocker will be lined up on the opposing team's 35-yard line. The return team blockers will be lined up on their own 30, just 5 yards away. Only the kicker and the receiver can move the ball before it is caught. All other blockers are permitted to move when the ball is caught or 3 seconds after it hits the ground if the ball isn't caught. So what that is saying is they're right next to each other. They're looking at the ball, and as soon as he catches the ball, then they can engage. They can engage, which is kind of cool. It gives them a running start.
And the guys don't have to smash each other heavily. You know,
head to head.
They're growling at each other, waiting for the ball to hit the ground.
Yeah.
Right. Now, will they be wearing? What about on-field cameras? Will they be a little different? Do you know if they're going to fix them up with like helmet cams and stuff?
From what I understand, is there's certain players will be they will have sound. Wired for sound. And I don't know about video, but audio they will.
That'd be cool.
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really nice too is they're saying that they hope that they can keep the ticket costs down to where like a family of 4 could go watch a game for under $100 in tickets. That's pretty awesome.
And buy hot dogs and food and stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, you figure that, you know, some of these, you know, just regular, you know, NFL season tickets, you know, you're going to be
spending out of sight. Yeah,
hundreds of dollars, if not, you know, over $1,000 a ticket.
That's right, out of sight. Wow.
And you know, they had their one of their reps talking, and they're like, "Look, we're not trying to compete with the NFL. We're just trying to give, you know, football fans something to watch in the off season." I'm like, hoorah.
Well, that's the first time that they've ever done that instead of trying to be competitive with it.
Well, I think it's going to be kind of fun. I think a lot of people that love football are going to pick up on it because they don't have anything to watch. A lot of them won't watch the college basketball till March, right? And, you know, golf is in full swing now. And so that gives everybody their football fix, which is kind of cool.
Sure.
baseball comes up in April, so they're finishing up about the time baseball season through the first month. So that's cool.
Yep, they're being
So-
smart about it.
So they're doing it where they don't lose their audience. You know, they picked a good time. I don't know. I've been watching some of the Dallas Stars a little bit because I like hockey. I just don't like it enough to watch it all the time. But occasionally I'll turn a hockey game on, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
their season's not over to what, October? Those poor guys.
I don't even know when their season is, to be
I
honest.
know. That's all right. That's all right. It's all right. Have
Sorry.
you guys ever been to a hockey game?
Hell
I
yeah.
have. Yeah, they're fun to go to.
I was going to say they're much better live, right? When you're there
Absolutely.
on the ice watching it than TV. There's something about being at a game that's a lot more exciting than watching on TV.
Just like NASCAR, same thing.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's something coming up. February 16th. We start the
Daytona
All-Star
500
races, right? And
Sure.
qualifications. So that's God. What a quick turnaround.
Yeah, it seems
That-
like it's all year now.
I love the month
Wow.
of February for NASCAR. It's a great month. Great month. Because they're making all the changes to the cars. You know, the drivers that got switched around and with different teams and whatever NASCAR changes made, they'll have to experiment with. And they've got the All-Star race, the Crash Fest.
Sure.
So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. Yeah. So what else, guys? Throw your sports at me.
That's
Oh.
about it.
Well,
Basketball.
the UT men's basketball. They've got some really good games coming up. We've got Texas Tech on the 8th, and then
Saturday. Yeah.
my favorite Baylor and Tech. They're my favorites on the 10th.
Yeah.
they're playing Baylor.
That Baylor game's on Big Monday, and it's not going to be good, I don't think, for Texas.
Well, you don't have to watch it.
I'll watch it. I'm just saying.
I'll send you some text messages with updates.
No,
Baylor's good. Baylor's
Not what-
great.
they are good. And
Yeah.
they're Texas is like Jekyll and Hyde, and I just it drives me nuts. So
Well, I watched Auburn play Arkansas last night. They won in overtime. They're 20-2, and I'm sorry, I've been watching those guys. They get off to a slow start. They're only shooting like 30% from the field, but they're winning with free throws and hustle on the rebounds. But I just don't think they're that good.
well, I'd rather have effort than.
But they play LSU Saturday, and LSU's undefeated. So if y'all want to focus on a game, Auburn and LSU play, and they're both
So
top of the
LSU's
SEC.
LSU's undefeated in
Undefeated
in
in the SEC.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've won a lot of close games, right? They've been really close, but at least you got two good teams matching up in the SEC this Saturday, and Auburn did beat Kentucky last Saturday.
Did they
So,
really?
Yeah, they did. 76-71.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we'll see.
They
But
are
anyhow,
legit.
You know, we'll be talking a lot more about it when it gets to March, won't we?
Oh yeah.
Do you guys pick brackets and stuff? Do you go through all that?
You know, last year was the first year I didn't, since I was probably, I don't know, whenever they started doing it.
Right.
Because I always thought I would win that $1 million that ESPN's going to give away if you match them all up.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, I should just go get a lottery ticket. You have a better chance of doing that. But
You're probably right.
yeah, no, you do actually. Nobody's ever won it. It's never happened. So
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's kind of hard to be right on 64 games, isn't it?
it is. But I have entered 2 contests and I've placed first and second in those 2.
Oh wow.
Well, so I'm usually pretty good with the
you
brackets.
you can buy my next ticket then.
There you go. No, but I'm just saying, like with points, with the brackets, you know, you get a certain amount of points for the first round, a certain amount of points for the
Right.
second round.
Right.
I usually do pretty good with that. If I leave, as long as my Longhorns aren't good, then I do really well.
Well, here's
Because they
the,
always disappoint me.
here's the problem this year. I've been watching it, and there's not like real
No,
dominant teams where you go and look at somebody and say they're going to win it no matter what,
Yeah,
right?
th-
It's
there are
just
no-
not. It's so anybody can beat anybody on a given night this year,
there are no
Yeah.
Final Four teams right now
right?
that you can point at.
So everybody's
Yeah.
got a chance, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if you're half decent. So but there's always a sleeper team, that comes through. So we'll see. All right, guys. Hope y'all had fun tonight.
I did. Look forward
Welcome
to
back.
next week.
Todd, any comments, buddy?
No, man. I'm ready for springtime to come back. This
no
weekend,
kidding.
it's like 85 degrees, and I was ready to do yard work and plant some stuff, and then
Right.
winter hits, and I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yep.
Yeah.
It
Welcome
did.
to Texas.
Yep. Welcome to where we go from 80 to 32 in less than 24 hours. Hello.
Yep.
Well, guys, have a good week.
All right.
I'm going to tell you something. I am committing. I've already got it on my calendar. I will see you guys next Monday night. What time do I need to be up at Nels?
By 6:30.
By 6:30. All
Hey,
right.
bring some money, because
I will. I'll bring some
yeah,
cash.
because I mean the beer's cheap,
Okay. I'll
but
bring some cash. Okay.
Yeah, we'll bowl good for you.
I know. I'll just watch and laugh at you guys. That's okay.
That's cool.
We laugh at ourselves too, man.
Yeah,
at
we
least
do.
At least you're young enough where you can go up there and take the 4-step and roll the ball without your knee coming off your leg, right?
So,
that's me.
So Hurdy, what was funny though is in that first game, I mean, my wrist finally, like those bones in my arms finally like kind of reset to where I could hold that ball without it hurting.
Right.
And then within the next few frames, I actually hit my right leg with the ball
Yeah.
I was like, man, that was pretty bad. I just
last time I bowled was 5 years ago. I was in the third frame of a game. I did the normal step, and when I did that last bend, right, where you kind of slide into the line, right, my right knee went kaboom. It just popped, and boy, I couldn't walk for like a week. Luckily, it didn't tear anything up, but I'm done. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I'd have to sit in a chair and roll it with both hands.
We can figure something out.
I'm just kidding, but I'll be there. I'm going to come up next week and see you guys.
Cool.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Guys,
you.
y'all have a good
Thanks
week.
for listening to the Internet Sports Broadcast Network with Todd, Donovan, Hurdy. We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.